What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and more than likely, guys, we're going to be getting a trailer for Shanae and Yori very soon, but I thought I'd do another video showing you guys a free-to-play team that you can use for Nightmare Geese and Omega Rugal. I get lots and lots of requests as far as, what is the best team or what is the team that I could use. This isn't going to be the best team, but it's going to be a very good team and a very consistent team if played properly, and we're going to be using Leona 12, a character that's always available in the game and massive waifu for yours truly. Now, the only caveat to a character like Leona is you're going to need her 3PG from the BS Leona version of her. That's the only thing that kind of sucks about this. And you'll find, guys, with a lot of shield breakers, that's just kind of the way it is. If you're using Guinness, if you're using Zero, well, not really Zero, but then you just need BS Zero in order to get it done. But you will need her 3PG. Now, the reason that this is still really good is because in a lot of recent events, we've been able to get card selectors for BS and SS characters, which are actually really awesome. You can see I still got 2 of them right here, although some of these might have been from purchases, but they have been giving these things out for free in certain events, and you can actually pick up Leona's BS version of her 3PG from here, this little guy right here. And if you have this thing, you can absolutely get it done against Guild Raid using the character. Now, you can actually use it for Nightmare Geese and Guild Raid Rugal. She works for both of them, and I'm going to explain why. So, the setups that we're going to be using, guys, is we're going to be using 2 Bleeding Strikers for Guild Raid Rugal. We're going to have Hotaru, and she's going to have AG below her. If I remove my ugly mug, you guys can see AG is right here. There's AG, and then we got Hydern right here. And when it comes to Geese, we're going to be just changing these 2 strikers to, this is going to be Lady Yashiro, a purple attack TIE fighter that offers shock for 10 seconds. And then we're going to be having Kula here, that all-star Kula that's going to be offering, chill damage, since Hotaru already has shock built into her kit. So when it comes to the builds, guys, it's the same old, right? For Hotaru, we're going to be using the Hotaru card set right here. You don't need the Super Armor card, but it's nice to have. And then, obviously, for Leona, we're going to be using the Serena set. Leona doesn't have any PG rate in her core at all. And if you have this card here, this is actually going to be really beneficial for you because it's going to give her that decreased scale cooldown. Her cooldowns are actually quite long, so having a decreased scale cooldown will be handy. It's not an absolute because you can do some dodging, moving around, and avoid taking damage and still, just have 2 cooldown cards on her, but it's going to take you a bit longer to build that PG rate. This does give us a 30% chance to build through 2.5% power upon landing an active skill. Now, there are other PG rate cards that you can actually use, like all these, that don't have any cooldown on them, but you can use them, but you're still going to have to mess around a little bit, build up your cooldown, so that way you can go into your 3PG. It's not even go into your 3PG. Once you have a PG rate card on them, you can go into your 3PG pretty fast. It's just afterwards, her 3PG is fairly long, but it's not super long. So what happens is by the time you finish the 3PG, your skills are not ready to go. You can't go into your skills, so you're vulnerable. So you got to dodge and move around. And that's why having that decreased skill cooldown is really nice. But you can use 2 cooldown cards on her if you really want to, guys. It's just going to take you a lot longer to build a PG. The other tip that I can give you with Leona, if you decide to use her, is put one of these PG rate stones on her. If you give her a PG rate stone by 8%, this is going to be very beneficial for this character because, again, she doesn't have any PG rate in her core. You need to build up that 3PG as fast as possible so you can get in these nice set rotations. This helps a lot. It isn't a need. I was doing this without the PG Ray Stone, but with it, it helps a lot. Now, against Rugal, he's weak to poison and bleed, right? That's how you break the meter. Well, Leona has a pretty interesting kit because she does have explosion, and she actually has 2 types of poison explosion, as we'll explain in a little bit. She has poison damage on her 2nd skill, and she has poison damage on her 3rd skill. Well, here's the thing about Leona, okay? You can actually set it up to where you can apply her dot, and it will last for the entire duration. You won't do explosion and remove it if you play her properly. 9 times out of 10, this will work out for you. I've done it a bunch of times. So when attacked, she deals poison damage equal to 40% of attack for 5 seconds and has a 20% chance to deal poison damage or poison explosion. That's 3 times of her remaining poison damage, and then she removes poison. You don't want to remove poison, you want to keep that applied, right? So whenever you're doing basic attacks or active skills, this can actually proc. but it's on a 5-second cooldown. That's something you should always remember. And then she also deals poison damage equal to 5.5 times explosion and removes poison damage again whenever you're doing an active skill. Well, you get tongue twisted saying all this over and over and over. But anyways, this is on a 1-second cooldown. So here's the thing with Leona. If you drop her in, hit her second skill, apply the poison damage, 9 times out of 10, this will already proc, which means that your basic attack explosion is gone. It will proc, right? So remove the poison, but when you do the third skill afterwards, you'll apply poison again. This is already proc more than likely, right? It's a 20% chance, but more than likely it will already proc. You do your basic attacks and you're good to go. And you'll see in the run that I'll do that I will go 2, 1, 3, and the poison will stay applied. And that is why, because the explosion already happened on the second skill. It already happened. Now, this explosion is only on a 1-second cooldown. So as soon as you hit your third skill in your regular rotations, you go 2, right? She'll apply her poison. This will already take effect. And if you go 2, 1, 3, if you do it really fast, guys, the poison will stay applied if you beat the punch to this 1-second cooldown. So you got to be really, really fast when you're playing with Leona against Guild Raid Rugal to keep her poison applied at all times. Against Geese, it doesn't matter at all. This is just a matter of using your strikers correctly. And then, of course, Ivy. Now, a little tip on Ivy, guys, if you're using this team, is you really want to use this tag cooldown card. This is going to decrease the tag cooldown of her timer. What you'll find is if you're using this team, and you're playing the way that I'm playing, you're going to be waiting about 3-4 seconds for Ivy before you can tag her in after using Hotaru. You don't want that. You want to be able to tag her in immediately as soon as that meter's about to get broken. So that way you get the most damage possible. And so having this card will help quite a bit. This is a free-to-play card that's always available in the game, and you can actually make. Now, the first one I'll show you guys is against Rugal, okay? So when you start off, guys, you're just bringing Ivy. You'll do her, 3, 1, 2. You'll do her 3 PG. And then afterwards, you don't want to apply darkness, guys. Do not apply darkness against Guild Raid Rugal. Don't apply darkness. You're going to bring in Leona. Now, watch what I do. I hit the second skill. I hit the first skill, and then I hit the third skill. And look at the dot. The poison stayed applied. Okay? The poison will stay applied. And I want you to look at the meter, okay? Well, crap. Hold on. All right, the meter's down about halfway right now. We're going to apply the first skill. We're going to hit the third skill. Boom, there's the poison. We hit our weaken, and the poison stayed applied after bringing out Leona. And now you see the meters in the red. We apply Hotaru, we apply our striker and AG with the bleed, and we're able to break the meter no problem, okay? Works out like a champ, my friends. It works out like a champ. 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to apply that poison as long as you go 2, 1, 3 with Leona. Now, another tip I can give you guys is after you do your 3 PG with Ivy, always hit your third skill and then guard. Now, in this case, Rugal went an explosion immediately, so it didn't really matter. But if you hit your third skill and go into your guard, and Rugal attacks you, you'll get a heal. This is going to allow you to keep Ivy in there for a longer period of time to allow you to do more damage. You see the poison was applied again, guys, from Leona, and there we go, okay? Right? And you'll see what I'm talking about a little bit here with Ivy. I think in this next run right after this 3 PG, but I was actually a little slow to the draw, so I actually did it incorrectly, but you'll get the drift of what you need to do. After every 3 PG, always go 3 and then hit the guard. 3 and cancel on the guard. So right here, I hit that 3 late, right? If I would hit that 3 and hit the guard immediately, then Rugal would have hit me and I would have got a heal. I didn't get a heal because I actually did it too late. But that's what you want to do, guys. After every single 3 PG with Ivy, always hit her third skill and then hit her guard. This is how you play against Guild Raid Rugal, all right? That's how you play against him, all right? So remember, you drop in Leona, 2, 1, 3, go into her 3 PG, apply the striker. After the 3 PG, 2, 1, 3, weaken, and then bring in Hotaru, 3, 1, 2, and then apply AG as a bleeding striker, and then you can bring in Ivy and start doing damage. And after every 3 PG for Ivy, do 3, and then cancel into the guard, hold the guard. If you get exploded on, no big deal, or hopefully Rugal will attack and give it a heal, so that way you keep Ivy in there for a longer period of time. That's actually really, really important. And against Geese, my friends, against Geese, well, then we got something a little bit different, okay? So now obviously we got different strikers. We have Kula for a striker for Hotaru, and we have Lady Yashiro for a striker for Leona. The cards are exactly the same, guys. There's no difference in cards. All right, we immediately do our 3PG. We're going to go into this baby. Now, here's the difference between Geese and Rugal. Because Leona doesn't have Chill and Shock, we're going to apply Darkness from Ivy every single time before we switch in Leona. All right, always do that. And then apply Lady Yashiro, and then just go 2-1-3. And it doesn't matter if your Poison Explosion explodes or not. You can go 2-3-1 or 2-1-3 in this against Geese, because Poison doesn't really make that much of a difference. Although if you have Dot applied, it will help you break the meter a little bit faster, in all honesty. So I still would go 2-1-3. There we go, all right? And after every 3PG against Geese with Ivy, always hit her first skill, then bring in Leona, 2-1-3, and apply your striker and do your 3PG. Right? There they apply the Darkness, 2-1-3. Okay, bring in Lady Yashiro, do our 3PG, and voila. Okay, now I want you guys to notice something here. So if you guys notice, Leona's weekend has 2-second cooldown still on it. So what happens, guys, against Geese with this particular team is that the 3PGs, or not 3PG, but Geese will do his Raging Storm because you're waiting around, okay? You're waiting around and delaying here. So you're going to have to understand that Darkness is going to be applied. It's not a big deal, okay? You're still going to be able to break the meter, and Ivy can still have the survivability to stay alive. You just have to remember that she has 4 seconds of Hyper Armor on her third skill, so you're going to have to involve that fourth skill when you're doing your actual concentrate rotation. Whenever you're going 3-1, hold down a second skill, you're just going to have to slap in that third skill every once in a while so you can keep her alive. So Darkness will get applied very, very often in this run, but Leona will stay alive, no problem, guys. She's got a heal on her first skill. And Ivy will have no problem staying alive. So you'll see what happens here, guys. I kind of forward around, 2-1-3, right? The Raging Storm gets applied, Darkness gets applied. We break the meter, we bring in Ivy. Now, I want you to pay attention to what I do here. I'm going to hold down the second skill with Ivy, and then I'm going to slap in the third skill just so I have a little extra survivability. You're going to count to 3 seconds. As soon as you bring in Ivy and hit her third skill, start counting. 1, 2, 3, hit her third skill again. There you saw me hit the third skill, right? I just hit that third skill, so that way I bring up the Hyper Armor again, so I don't take any damage at all. And that's the trick whenever you're using this rotation. Then always before you do your 3PG, 3-1 again. Right? Afterwards, apply your Darkness. Apply your Darkness, and then bring in Leona. 2-1-3, boom. And it's just a regurgitating rotation over and over and over, my friends, and you can do pretty damn well, right? You'll definitely get it done by doing that. So this is a team that you can use. Again, the only caveat is that you do need Leona's 3PG from BS Leona. You will absolutely need it if you're going to use this team, but I thought it was pretty interesting. It's not going to be the best team, guys. They're not going to do the most damage. There's other teams that's going to be a lot stronger for reasons that I've explained, but you can do very, very well. And in all honesty, the runs that you guys are going to see, I could do even more damage if I would just change the stones. And if I had a Hotaru leveled up and I actually had certain stones on her that increased target damage received, that decreased defenses, we would do even more damage. That makes a big, big difference in your damage as long as things are timed right and played properly. And again, you don't have to use Okita. You can use the free version of Leona that offers critical damage by 30% instead. So I'm just going to leave you guys with both the Geese run and the Omega Rugal run so you guys can see how much damage I did. Pretty good numbers. So hopefully this will help somebody out there as far as, doing some guild raid runs, especially if Leona is one of your favorite characters. And hopefully we'll get some information about Iori and Shanae very soon. So guys, let me know how y'all doing in the game. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.
your treat! Give it up already! Ready, go! Behave! I'll make you submit!